there are two things that are going to be guaranteed in this world. One is that the sun is going to rise and it will also set. And the second one is that estate agents, specifically corporate estate agents, are going to try and steal your mortgage clients. It just is the case. And if you are somebody who is not either aware of this, know how to handle this, or start to blame it, you could end up getting yourself in a real mess and end up, to be honest, focusing on all the wrong things. So in today's video, this is what I want to do, is I want to actually explain my concept around estate agents taking your business, how that works, give you my first-hand experience of being a broker in Connells, and also having worked with many estate agents and brokers over the years, give you my kind of first-hand experience and a bit of a story around it. Now, my name is Ash Borland. I help mortgage brokers simplify success with marketing and sales strategies that actually get results. And if you are new here, please do subscribe. Let's dive into the rest of the video. So the estate agent stealing clients is a common thing that happens a lot. I know when I was a broker at Connells, let me give you this kind of thing. This was not practice when I was an estate agent at Connells, so this is kind of there, but it did when I was a broker. The branches that I was in, this kind of what they would call conditional selling definitely did go on. It definitely did go on, and it was very much forced upon us, and it does happen, and it's quite predatory, and it's not nice. It doesn't happen in every single place. I know for myself, and the interesting thing for me actually was, I remember sitting in, it was a Saturday, it was snowing, I remember it being snowing, and I'd come in and my diary was filled with like 8 what they call offer qualification appointments, and interestingly, it's the reason how I ended up learning how to be good at sales was in these meetings where I sat down with them, and everybody was 8 people offering on one house. They all had to apparently be seen by me for some weird random reason, and they were not happy. And the guy came in straight off the bounce, very aggressive, and was like, Ash, I'm not, or didn't know my name. He was like, I'm not happy to be here. He said, I don't understand why I'm here. And I remember saying to him, and I was probably on the verge of quitting. I didn't quit because this actually inspired me. And after this, but I said, literally, it's ridiculous. I was like, you think you don't know why you're here? And I spun my computer screen around, and I was like, me and you are going to speak for half an hour. I said, I've got 8 of you in my diary today, and I have stuff to do. I was like, so I said, I am really, he said, if you think you're annoyed to be here, you have no idea how annoyed I am to be here. The people that you guys have got speaking here, I don't want to speak to people who don't want to work with me. And it was really interesting because I was like that with every single one of them. And I won about 7 of their business. One of them got the house, obviously, and I did the mortgage for them, but I actually won the business from all the others as well, who went, not all, the one didn't come with me, but that didn't actually buy the house. So that was a really interesting lesson I learned with that, was that yes, there is these offer qualification things happening and they're a pain, but I actually learned the secret in that thing, I think, began to learn the secret of how to unlock and keep these clients. So how do you do that? Well, first of all, let's address the elephant in the room with this idea of the estate agent stealing your clients. Is that estate agents will steal them. That's just the nature of the business. And a lot of times it's not actually the broker. In fact, it's nearly always not the broker. And I think sometimes in our industry, we have people who will shoot people down about this. It's not the broker at all. It is the estate agents themselves. This is the issue we have with this. The estate agents are unregulated, and a lot of them, not all, there are some good ones out there, but you have to kiss a hell of a lot of frogs to find a prince in regards to the estate agency industry. I don't think the mortgage industry is much different, to be completely honest. I think there's a lot of bad brokers out there too. But when it comes to estate agency, most of the time there's a pressure in these branches. So don't hate on the broker, because there's a lot of pressure in these branches of a sales team of, say, 3 to 6 people who are estate agents, negotiators, listers, and branch managers, all pushing the broker to do these things, to speak to them. The brokers, most of the time, having done this myself, don't even want to be in that room, don't even know they're happening. Now, what I don't condone is if you are a broker who listens to this and you are going, oh yeah, it's great to get offer quals, I'm not a fan of that. And I think that's one of the things where you have to take a hard look at yourself as a broker if you are that person. And I do have people who listen to this who are new to the industry or in employers still. And I will say, if that's you, you are the problem. You are the problem. But if you're in a branch where, and this is the thing for us as independents to remember, is if you don't think it's the broker, because a lot of the time it's just some idiot branch manager who's pressuring the broker to do this stuff. Blame the branch manager, don't blame the broker. And I think that's important to say when you're talking to your clients as well, which we'll talk about in a minute at the end of this, about how to deal with this. But don't blame the broker. Doesn't look good. It's never good for competitors to blame other competitors ever. It doesn't look good. But estate agents suck. Yes, they're going to steal your business, or try to anyway. Which brings me to my second point, which is one that you people don't like, which is that you suck too, most likely. And I actually did a post on this, and I'm going to call out. This is the first time I ever spoke about this on my show, and I'm happy to talk about it. Is I did a post about, it would be probably about a year ago now. I made this post, and it was this exact topic, and I said, estate agents aren't stealing your business, you just suck. Now, the concept of that was, that the premise of this post was that if you are good at your job and good at creating value for your clients and building relationships, they will not go to the estate agent. There is no rule that makes them have to go to the estate agent. They're not forced to. And if they go to it, it is a sign to you that your process was not strong enough and not good enough. That is what that means. That's exactly what it means. And that you can't blame someone else for just doing what it's going to do. It's like blaming a cat for killing a bird. It's what it's going to do. Don't do that. Instead, cat-proof your house, cat-proof your bird things, like it's one of those situations where you can't be annoyed at someone for doing the thing they're going to do. That's their job. It's the same people, by the way, who complain about that, are the same people who talk about having a standardized mortgage broker fee, who talk about having a standardized, commissions split for insurances. It's the same stuff. And by the way, what that means is that's average mentality. That is a mentality of like, oh, do you know what? I don't want to have to fight for my business. I don't want to have to go out and hunt and get the business. So instead, I'm just going to blame everybody else and hope that the standard comes down so that everybody's the same. We don't want that. I don't want that. Anybody listening who'd want to work with me, I will not be comfortable with that. We are winners. We've got to be better. We have to try to be better, try to push forward, constantly try and be the best for our like clients and for ourselves. Now, how would you do this? Well, first of all, address the elephant in the room with your client. Say when you're speaking to them, this is what's going to happen. Estate agents are going to do this. This is how it works. If they are informed about it, they'll be okay. If they have to be forced in to go and speak to the advisor, if that has to happen, then either go with them or make them well armed with what's going to happen. But you need to make that very clear. Also, it's all about creating better relationships with them from day one. So focusing on not just the estate agency, but also how they're buying the house, what to do, the kind of rates and deals. The funny thing with the estate agency situation is that the vast majority of them are tied. So they are not even access to like representative whole of market. Then they're literally, if you think about the offering from something like Connells, and this is what is quite funny, it's a bit of a straw man kind of situation. They're not very good. Like, what have they got? They've got like 20 lenders on panel, like up and down. It goes up and down between like 15 and 20, whatever. So they've got like 20 lenders on panel. They got tied to one provider for insurance with extremely loaded premiums. That they work predominantly only face-to-face, pretty much. It's the only way they do. And a lot of the times they're going to require you to come in during the day. Well, if you are doing Zooms, you've got access to whole of market, you've got access to a much larger panel of insurers at a much cheaper rate. You're also completely independent. You don't have any connection to any form of estate agents or anything like that. It's a no-brainer. It's like what Alex Hormozi would say, an offer so good you'd feel stupid saying no. And yet, we are not presenting that to our clients. Instead, what we're doing is moaning when someone else just does a better job at selling than we do. And then what we like to tell ourselves and make ourselves sleep better at night is the agent stole that client who loved me. It's literally like, as a guy, it's like that guy, a guy whose girlfriend left him and go, he stole her from me. No, you lost her. It's exactly the same thing. You lost her. Focus on what you can control. And I did this post, and it was incredibly controversial because a load of people, some of you listen to this, and if you are listening to this and one of these people, I'm calling you out today in this video because I've waited a year, and is that it was a stupid thing. That it showed me the mentality of people, that this ability to constantly blame something else. instead of take action for their own situation. If the client, and you've done all the right things, and then there was those people in the comments just bitching and moaning about it, and I just cannot be doing with it, because this issue is always going to be here. It's always going to be here. And the individuals, when they were in that group, they were like, oh, Ash, you know what, you're condoning it. I have respect for you, but no, I'm not condoning anything. But I'm also not dumb enough to know that it's always going to be here. Another article and another panorama kind of exposure isn't going to change anything. Like, it's good. I'm really up for it. Bringing light to the subject is great. We need to do that. And hats off to people like Lewis Shaw out there, who is very much leading the charge on this. Me and Lewis are friends. I know Lewis very well. He's very good at this. And hats off to people like that. I think it's good. We need to make it the forefront of the kind of the conversation. But at the same time, don't sit back, crying tears into your coffee, going, I'm losing because Connells or Sequence or Just Mortgages or whoever it may be has stolen my business. No, they haven't. Be better. And if that client, by the way, if you are better and you do better and that client goes anyway, that was a bad client. You don't want the client. But that is this kind of concept within the estate agency, this idea of stealing business. I want to leave you with that. It's this idea that if you are thinking that it is not your fault, it absolutely is. Take control of it. Extreme ownership. And if this gets you upset, take a long, hard look in the mirror and think, am I genuinely being good enough? And if you still like me after that, great. And if you don't, even better, because sieving out the people who don't like me. Now, if you are working at Connells, like I said before, and you are listening to this, you be better too. You be better too. You hold yourself to a higher standard and be stronger than those idiots in the sales teams who are pushing stuff that have no idea how you actually work. Be better for yourself, for your clients, and so that you can sit and look yourself in the face and go, do you know what? I did the right thing today, the moral thing. That's not saying turn them away. Absolutely try and win the business. It's a war. You win that business, go for it. Do not have any like think that they are going to, someone else would not try and steal that business from you. You should be trying to win that business too. I'm all good for that. But do it ethically, do it fairly, and don't pressure or scare the client into thinking that the only reason that the only way they're going to get that house is by you selling, like you do the mortgage, because that's not true. That's not fair. It's not ethical, and it's disgusting. Now, if you want to learn how you can be better, you want to check out my client retention video that I have on screen right now, give that one a click. It's absolutely going to help you.